Hello everyone. Today we are going to see about basic human rights. Myself Miss Halunde SS, Assistant Professor, Department of Electronics and Telecommunication Engineering, Sharad Institute of Technology. Now let us see about human rights and student movements in India. In that contents, introduction, historical development of human rights, student movements in India, summary and references. These are the contents of my lecture. Then next, what is human rights? The basic rights that are given to all human beings are called as human rights. Human rights demand recognition and respects for inherent dignity to ensure that everyone is protected against abuse which undermine their dignity. Human rights belong to everyone, everywhere, regardless of nationality, sexuality, gender, race, religion, or age. Introduction. All human beings are born with equal and inalienable rights and fundamental freedoms. Human rights with referral to Indian Constitution sets out fundamental rights, directive principle and duties of citizen. Human rights include civil and political rights. Foundation of modern human rights is the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, which is called as UDHR. Next is historical development of human rights. In that, human rights is a concept that has been constantly evolving throughout human history. They have been tied to laws, customs and religion throughout the ages. In that, Hindu Vedas, the Babylonian Code of Hammurabi, the Bible, the Quran and the Analects of Confucius, Dharma, law in ancient India, duties in a symbol of dignity to be discharged with affirmative joy. Individual is existed as a citizen of the state, and in that capacity he had both right and obligation. These rights and duties have largely been expressed in terms of duties called as a dharma. During Hindu era, according to Raj Dharma, the king was able only to enforce the law. Dharma Shastra did not recognize any legislative power in the king. Kultlia disapproved the theory of royal absolutism and subordinated the king also to the law. Similarly, Shanti Parva prescribed that king may be punished if he doesn't follow path of the dharma. Later on, Buddhism and Jainism were against deterioration of the morals. After Buddha, Ashoka protected and secured most of the precious human rights. Islamic era. During this period, there was a discrimination against the Hindus. One law for Muslims, another for Hindus, so there was inequality. Akbar started new era in Mughal history of India in the field of human rights, but Aurangzeb reversed the trend initialized by Akbar. During British rule, what happened? Here, modern version of human rights took birth. Later freedom fighters fought for their rights, freedoms and self-governments. Mahatma Gandhi launched a non-violent struggle. Lokmanya Tilak advocated that freedom was the birthright of Indians, for which they will have to fight. The proclamation of Queen Victoria contained some principles of state policy. A series of resolutions adopted by the INC, that means Indian National Congress, between 1970 to 1919. Fundamental rights. The fundamental rights are defined as the basic human rights of all citizens. These rights defined in Part 3 of the Constitution, irrespective of race, place of birth, religion, caste, creed or sex. In that, right to equality. It is involved in article number 14 to 18. Right to freedom. It is described in article number 19 to 22. Right against exploitation. It is described in article number 23 to 24. Right to freedom of religion. It is involved in article number 25 to 28. Cultural and educational rights. It is involved in article number 29 to 30. Right to constitutional remedies. It is involved in article number 32. Then next is right to constitutional remedies. Right to constitutional remedies empowers citizens to approach the Supreme Court of India to seek enforcement or protection against infringement of their fundamental rights. It covers in article 32. Writs. In that, protect fundamental rights of India, the Supreme Court has been empowered to issue writs, namely habeas corpus, mandamus, prohibition, certiorari and quo warranto for the enforcement of the fundamental rights. Human rights under UDHR. The General Assembly proclaims this Universal Declaration of Human Rights as a common standard of achievement for all peoples and all nations. We have 30 human rights according to the UDHR created by United Nations in 1948 to provide a global understanding of how to treat individuals. According to that Universal Declaration of Human Rights, in that article number 1, all human beings are born free and equal in dignity and rights. They are endowed with reasons and conscience and should act towards one another in a spirit of brotherhood. Article number 2. Everyone is entitled to all the rights and freedom set forth in this declaration without a distinction of any kind, such as race, color, sex, language, religion, political or other opinion, national or social origin, property, birth or other status. Article number 3. Everyone has the right to life, liberty and security of person. Article number 4. No one shall be held in slavery or servitude. Slavery and the slave trade shall be prohibited in all their forms. Article number 5. No one shall be subjected to torture or to cruel, inhuman or degrading treatment or punishment. Article number 6. Everyone has the right to recognition everywhere as a person before the law. Article number 7. All are equal before the laws, are entitled without any discrimination to equal protection of the law. Article number 8. Everyone has the right to an effective remedy by the competent national tribunals for acts violating the fundamental rights granted him by the Constitution or by law. Article number 9. No one shall be subjected to arbitrary arrest, detention or exile. Article number 10. Everyone is entitled in full equality to a fair and public hearing by an independent and impartial tribunal in the determination of his rights and obligation of any criminal charges against him. Article number 11. Everyone charged with a penal offence has the right to be presumed innocent until proved guilty according to law in a public trial at which he has had all the guarantees necessary for his defense. In continuation with this, article number 12. No one shall be subjected to arbitrary interference with his privacy, family, home or correspondence, nor to attack upon his honor and reputation. everyone has the right to the protection of the law against such a interference or attacks. Article number 13. Everyone has right to freedom of movement and residence within the borders of such a state. Everyone has right to leave any country including his own and to return to his own country. Next, article number 14. Everyone has the right to seek and to enjoy in other countries asylum for prosecution. This right may not be invoked in the case of prosecutions genuinely arising from non-political crimes or from acts contrary to the purposes and principles of the United Nations. Article number 15. Everyone has the right to a nationality. Second, in that article number 15, what it involves, no one shall be arbitrarily deprived of his nationality nor denied the right to change his nationality. Again, next, continuation with this article numbers. Article number 16. Men and women of full age without any limitation due to race, nationality or religion have the rights to marry and to found a family. They are entitled to equal rights as to marriage during the marriage and at the dissolutions. The next article is article number 17. Everyone has the right to own property alone as well as in association with others. Article number 18. Everyone has the right to freedom of thought, conscience and the religion. Again, continuation with this. Article number 19. Everyone has the right to freedom of opinion and expression. Article number 20. Everyone has the right to freedom of peaceful assembly and association. Then article number 21. Everyone has the right to take part in the government of his country directly or though freely chosen representative. Article number 22. Everyone as a member of society has the right to social security. Article number 23. Everyone has the right to work, right to equal pay for equal work and right to form and to join trade union for the protection of his interest. Next, article number 24. Everyone has the right to rest and leisure. Article number 25. Everyone has to right to a standard of living adequate for the health and well-being of himself and of his family. Article number 26. Everyone has the right to education. Article number 27. Everyone has the right freely to participate in the cultural life of the community. Everyone has the right to the protection of the moral and material interests resulting from any scientific, literary or artist production of which he is the author. Again, continuation with this. Article number 28. Everyone is entitled to a social and international order in which the rights and freedoms set forth in this declaration can be fully realized. Article number 29. Everyone has duties to the community in which alone the free and full development of his personality is possible. Article number 30. Nothing in this declaration may be interpreted as implying for any state, group or a person any right to engage in any activity or to perform any act aimed at the destruction of any of rights and freedoms set forth herein. These are the article number 1 to 13 which I have explained here. The next is a human right protection. Public interest litigation means a litigation which is filed in a court of law for the protection of public interest. There are conditions for filling PIL. There must be a public injury or public wrong caused by the wrongful act. It is for the enforcement of basic human rights of a weaker section of community whose fundamental and constitutional rights have been infringed. It must not be frivolous litigation by persons having vested interests. Student movements in India. These are the some pictures related to that. I have taken here one example related to recent JNU incident. In that, on February 9, ex-members of DSU had called up for a meeting. Protest was for standing solidarity with the struggle of the Kashmiri people for their democratic right to self-determination. To protest against the judicial killing of Afzal Guru. Again, continuation with this incident. Slogans include भारत के टुकड़े होंगे हजार and भारत की बर्बादी तक जंग जारी रहेगी. Like this, JNU Students Union President was arrested. Logic behind that: everyone has the freedom of expression easily. Freedom of speech and expression comes with responsibility. This is a very important. Disagreement or judicial killing is acceptable, but anti-national slogans were against the law. Conclusion from that: the pursuit of human rights lies at the heart of the missions, the United Nations. A life in freedom, security and prosperity. It underpins the hopes of millions of people for a life in a freedom, security and prosperity. The UDHR, Universal Declaration of Human Rights, remains as a relevant today as it was on the day it was adopted. In the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, the United Nations has stated in a clear and simple terms the rights which belonging equally to every person. These rights belonging to you. They are your rights. Finalize yourself with them. Familiarize yourself with them. Help to promote and defend them for yourself as well as for your fellow human beings. Human rights has to be protected in order to maintain human dignity, respect and recognition. Everyone should enjoy their freedom of rights but not against the law. These are the references which I have used while preparing this lecture. You also refer for detailed information regarding these topics. Thank you.